Alright, so this is a follow-up to a video I made a few weeks ago. I wanted to talk about how I think the game can improve. Also, the demo came out, so we're going to be talking about a little bit about that. But there's going to be more detailed one later. So, I want to talk about like what they changed, what I think they did better, what did worse. And the first thing I want to start out with is that I love the original's opening. I think it's way better than the first one. I still love the original's opening, but I think the second one did it way better. And now that the demo is out, I don't know if they're planning on changing it. It could just be a placeholder for the demo, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It's kind of lame. It's just some fucking JPEGs and shit. It's just some JPEGs. That's all it is. They did do better though, because when they had the beta, the opening was just a JPEG. Like it was like the selection. It was just new game, load game, or continue game, and that's all there was. I still think it looks way better with the fire and everything, but it's better than it was. But it could be just a placeholder. Side missions. I always tell people when I was growing up, I told people that I liked the first game, the second game, way more than the first game. Like it was better in almost every single way. The problem with that is that a lot of the side missions are just go find thing, go blow thing up, or do blank. And others were okay, and some of them were really bad. I'm really hoping they don't just outright replace all of the side content with the abduction, with they did in the first remake and all the other shit. I hope they don't just copy and paste all that. Some of them I like the one I like is the one with the one in Albion. That and one with the eggs in not Tunguska, the Takoshima. I like that one too. Now the demo is out too. I know I've said this a couple times already, but the demo is out. And I was going to talk about this more. I didn't read up the script for this. But there is a problem with collectibles. Like in the first game, a lot of the collectibles are gone. Like the movies. Well, they do have the one of the movies, but a lot of the movie side content is gone. Lots of side content is gone, including the demo, the E3 one, and just the in general trailer. Which, it's not a big deal, but sometimes when I was a kid I would get bored and I'd like to look at that stuff. But, looking at the demo, it does have a sound option and other stuff, so maybe they're going to include it more. Because the second game's one was a lot more fleshed out. So number 4... where we're talking about boss fights. So, obviously, spoiler alert, Ponsonby ends up betraying you later in the game. And a lot of the problem with a lot of these boss fights, they feel like they just shoot it until it dies. Now, this is more talking about the first remake, but in my opinion, a lot of the changes to the first game ruined my favorite mission in the game. My favorite mission in the original game was Furon Down. How they changed Hollow Bob, how they made it so much more hard. They made it like he would be much closer, which makes sense because you want it to be a little bit more strict because I could agree with you there. You can literally Hollow Bob anybody as long as they're on your screen. As long as you were facing them and you could see them, it didn't matter. So I kind of get it there, but you have to be so close that it's a little bit. And I also don't understand how when you clone somebody that they essentially disappear. You're cloning them. You're not body snatching them like in the second game. Doesn't make any sense. When I was playing it, I was actually replaying it the first game for the platinum because I wanted to get the platinum on both the original and remake. And I never 100%ed the original game. It was something I never did. And I was going through it and I had to get all of these different side missions and everything, and they weren't great either. But I want to talk about how, I was doing the Furon Down one. And how there's multiple different ways. You can get your jetpack at the start, and then jump through these little hoops. There's these little bobbers that you can jump on and get to the island. You can do the Maryland password. I think there was a third option, too. I don't remember exactly. So Takoshima is my favorite place in the original game. and I really like how it starts with the whole ship landing down, and it sinks down with how it lands. And it's a thing I didn't like from the first game either. Like, sure, you get into the saucer a lot faster, but a lot of the power, like the thing from going inside the ship and going back in the sky, or even leaving the ship and going out, like, it loses a lot of that really good, in my opinion, sound design. It loses a lot of that, and I wish it would have been like the second game, or at least the original second game, where it's there, but you have the option to skip it. I would have preferred it being like that. Or maybe even just a settings menu, like where you could have it do what it does now and just automatically skip it. So, a lot of early PlayStation 2 games have this, like, what I like to call, like, the end of the game, where it feels like they were like, oh shit, we don't have enough time to make more, and it feels like they were like the other areas of the game were taking so much longer, but it feels like they were just like, they just constructed that last world on at the last minute and didn't know what to do. So in Solaris, it feels like that they did that to me too. Like, there's only the KGB, there's literally only two AIs, two different models, and that's it. And then you guys also have the Blisk too. But that's all there is. It literally, there's like 2 missions on there, and then it's done. It's like they were just like, oh shit, we need another area in the game to make it a little bit longer. We need it. That's what it felt like. Same thing with the first game, with Turnip Seed Farm, but it's more of the beginning of the game. Like, it literally is just one level and then you're done. Or same thing with Union Town. Union Town, you're there like twice and then you never go back. Never go back. And I don't know why they did that. The Turnip Seeds Farm is a little bit more in detail in the remake, though. It's got a little bit more going on for it, but not a whole lot. Escort Missions. Escort Missions, I think, are the absolute worst part of this game. They age like shit, and the AI will stop following you after like 3 feet. It feels less like you're carrying around a person and more like you're carrying around a little baby. It doesn't make any sense. I remember as a kid, the one in Albion, that one used to really piss me off because I just did not know how to beat it. It took me so many tries to get that done when I was young. And on the last escort mission, when I was doing it on the PlayStation 2 emulator, right? Natalia got, I don't have any footage unfortunately, but she got stuck underneath and then she wouldn't get out of there. So I had to literally restart the game because she would not, so like the Blisk were trying to shoot her, but they couldn't hit her, so she couldn't move and they couldn't do any damage. So the only way was to kill yourself or restart the game. Otherwise you were stuck. The multiplayer. That's another weak aspect of the game. We seem to have the clone cartridge. I have not tried that yet. I have seen mixed reviews, but I didn't want to read them. I want to try it myself. But I'm really hoping I can get that on my pre-order from GameStop if they haven't gotten it yet. I think it's already out right now, but I just don't have access to it. Doesn't matter that much. I'm not super excited for it. I want to try it out, but I'm not like, oh my god. But yeah, you have like the tennis thing, which I was looking at the menu for the game, and it did seem to have had those options. So they might. I think that's better that have it that way. Is having a selectable menu instead of it being little pop-ups in the middle of the world. I think it's better that way. Did not see the dual mode though. Did not see the dual mode on there. But it wasn't. Wasn't that great anyway. So it doesn't really matter. To close it all off, I think it was just a decent little review for the demo. I'm going to review more in detail on the demo later. But for what we got now, I want to talk about, because I was replaying the second game, I wanted to just talk about what I thought it could do. When I was playing it on live stream, my opinions changed so much. I just wanted to talk about that and just like an updated way of what I thought about it. Because I used to love that game as a kid, only to realize it's not as great as the first one, honestly, in my opinion. Alright, so I'm going to be talking about I'm going to have a review on the remake of the second game soon, as well as the demo as of right now. And yeah, make sure to like whatever for the next part, because I'll make sure to have that up too. So make sure to do that.